Okay, so today what we are going to discuss, right? How we are going to how we are going to shift the value. I mean, how we are going to uh, remove the first record. So yesterday what we have record, what is the pop of this? So exactly we can see that when you are going to the pop. So what we can say that we can see the last value it was deleted. So last value it was deleted by using the pop. Last values we have removed that. So today what we can do, right? How we are going to remove the first value. I mean, how we are going to remove the first value. So I wanted to remove the, for example, let me say that I wanted to remove the first value. So like this one, first value, not the last value, first value I wanted to remove. Okay. So for that, how we are going to do that in the sense we are going to use by using the shift method. By using the shift method, we can remove the first record. We can remove the first value. You can say that record or value, anything is okay. So we can remove the first value. Okay, so for that what I'm doing right here, so let me copy here. So I'm going to take up this example only, so same example. uh, so the concept is how we are going to shift the value, how we are going to remove the value. I mean, remove the value in the sense first value, I'm saying that first remove. Okay, what I'm saying that first remove. So first for that what I'm saying that I'm going to take up the same record, copy and paste here. Okay, so I'm going to use the so here I'm going to say that 3. So instead of that, I'm going to take in another variable 3. So here I'm going to just give the shift. So what will happen, right? It will remove the first record. So let me say that. So here I'm going to use the console.log customer ID. So customer ID is 3. Okay. So it will give the only 2 records. It will give you the so only 2 records. This is going to be remove the first one. So by using the pop, we can so by using the pop, what will happen, right? It will be remove the last one. So last one, by using the shift, we can remove the first record. Okay, we can remove the first record. Okay, so there is one more concept called as a unshift. By using the unshift, what will happen, right? We can uh, so we can add the record. So I wanted to add the, by using the push, what happened, right? Automatically it was added into the last position, right? By using the push, it was added to me the last position. But I wanted to add the first record in the first position. I mean, what I'm doing, right? I wanted to add the record. I wanted to add the record in the first position. That is nothing but I'm going to use the unshift first add. So how we are going to do that in the sense, again, I'm going to copy this one. Same example, I'm going to paste here. Um, 4. So here what I'm doing that I'm going to add the first record. So here I'm going to use the first method unshift. What I'm saying that unshift. So what kind of method I'm going to use, what kind of value I'm going to use in the sense I'm going to use the 0, something 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 or something kind of that. So okay, 0. Okay, so now see that what would be the value. So console.log uh, so 0. So see that what could be the value. It's coming as a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So by using the shift, by using the unshift, by using the pop, and by using the push method. So and we already learned about the how to get the length, how we are going to add the, how we are going to dealing with the uppercase, lowercase, and character art. So everything. So this is the some kind of scenarios you have to cover. And that is a character art is for the string method, upper cases for the string, upper lower cases for the string, character art is for the string. And coming to the array, push, pop, and shift and unshift. So based on the situations when the scenarios it will come, I will take the some based on the scenarios, I will take the new methods. As of now, just to try to understand these 4 methods: push, pop, and shift, unshift. Okay, so not only in that you can take the shift, so you can apply to this one to the strings also, that's no issue. So string, so coming to the here only another example for this shift method, I'm going to take up the another example, string. So you can use the shift. By using the shift, what will happen, right? You can remove the values also here. You can remove the values also, unshift. What I'm saying that shift in the sense what will happen, it will print the Robert and Peter. Okay, so now I'm going to see that. See, I'm going to let me say that this is a like 3 1. I'm going to say that 3 1 for understanding purpose. Um, See the value. So for one more, I'm going to write the variable name. So for understanding, customer ID is 3 1. So customer ID is 3 1. I got the same record. I can remove the first record. I can remove the first value. The same value, if you wanted to unshift, you wanted to add the record here. Okay, you wanted to add the record. So I'm going to copy paste. Let me remove this one. I'm going to remove here. Here, let me say the customer ID is 4 1. Okay, so I'm going to copy paste here. Going to take up the John here. You can unshift. What is the meaning of the unshift? You can add the record. Okay, you can add the record. See the data, how it's look like the last record. Uh, okay, you can add the record. Okay, customer ID 4 1. You got it, right? So this is the unshift. So now come back to the one more thing. So what is the thing in a sense? How to implement the array in the function? How we are going to implement the array in the function? So for that, let me add the one file for that. So I'm going to say that array. How to use the array in the function? Okay. Two. So so I just use the four methods. So the my first scenario is I wanted to add the some I wanted to push the some value, so that I have taken the push method, and this is called as a for. Here I have added the for within the within the parenthesis, so I can push the value. Pop in the sense I can so I got the push yesterday's class. How we are going to pop? So I wanted to remove the by default pop. It will what will happen? So it will remove the first last record last value of the array pop. So, and coming to the shift. So what is the shift? It will be remove the first value and unshift. What is the unshift in the sense? If we it can add we can add the first value to the array. That is the unshift. Okay. So now how we are going to implement the array in the function scenario? So how we are going to implement the array in the array in the function? Okay, so the first thing is let me prepare the one customer list. So customers list let for the array. So I have taken the one customer list. So I have taken the this customers list. Okay, so I have used the I have taken the two customers. So first customer I say the customer list. So just I'm going to do the something alignment, that's it for understanding purpose. I'm using the spaces, that's it for understanding. So I'm using the two customers, first customer and second customer. Okay, let me say that he is 50 in the sense you can assume he maybe he is the age. He's having the 50 years age or something. Okay, so now with the help of the function, I wanted to push the some new record into the customer list one. You got it, right? So push I wanted to push one new record into the I wanted to push the new value to the list with the help of the function. Okay, so for that what I'm taking that, so I'm going to take this. This is a simple array. We already know that array, which is nothing but the collection of the values. So here I have taken the value as a array, one more array. This array contain to the some three values. Try to understand the syntax. We know that already syntax. I didn't take the any number decimal. I'm taking the array within the array. Okay, so here array can say that. So we can say that this is the array within array. Okay, you can say that child array in array. So child array in the sense this one is the child array. You can because of its under two child size. That's why I said that. So now scenario one. So let me take the function. Okay, I'm going to take the function here. Function. Let me say that that function is get a new customers list. something. I have taken the get customers new list. I'm taking the get customer new list. Okay, function. We know already the function. So what could be the function syntax? It will be we have to use the function keyword and function name and parenthesis and open bracket. So open flower bracket or close flower bracket. Okay, this is the function syntax. So here, as of now, what I'm taking, right? The same thing. Okay, I have taken this one, right? Customer list one. So just for understanding purpose, I have taken this one. So copy and paste here. Okay, I wanted to say that push, right? How we are going to use the push into the array, right? So that's why. So let me comment at this one as of now. So for understanding purpose, I just create the array. Okay, just I commented that. Okay, so in the function, what I'm taking, right? I'm taking the uh, alignment, proper alignment. So what I'm taking, right? I here uh, I am going to push the values. Okay, so I'm going to take the customer list. Okay, so here, um, so here this one customer list, I wanted to push this some new value. So what is the new value in the sense, what kind of new value I wanted to see in the sense, let me say that here, uh, capital Smith and something 60 years something old, and let me add the some he may be belongs to the Melbourne. Okay, so I'm adding the three records, and again I have added the, see that I have added the array. I didn't add the number or anything. I just added the one array. Okay, so now what will happen after that? Once I have taken the variable. Okay, so customer list, it contains the array. So I just push the value. So what after that, what I'm taking the return, and I'm taking the return. I'm going to return this value. Okay, so what is the declaration of function? So we know that whenever I'm going to call this function, I will definitely receive the customer list one. Okay, so we know that again this is a declaration of the function, and I'm going to calling the function now. Okay, I'm going to calling the function. So how we are going to call in the function? We can call the function by using the function name. So I'm going to take this one function name and this one. That's it. When I'm going to call this one, I definitely receive the customer list one result details. I know actually here we have to keep in mind. I know that it's written to the new customer values. I know that this is a return to the new customer values. I know that. Just what I'm doing. So here I know that. So I wanted to, whatever the data I'm going to, when I'm going to call the function, I will be receive the values, right? So what I'm read, whatever the receive the values, I'm going to store that into the one, one new customer list one. Just I'm going to store that into the one. Try to understand what I'm saying here. I know that this function will give the return the value. What I'm doing, right? Just I'm going to store whatever the value I'm getting, that just I'm going to store that into the here. Just I'm going to storing into the new list one, new customer list one. Okay, so so now what will happen? So now see that what will happen now when I'm going to call this one. See that when I'm going to call this one, so console.log, when I'm going to call this one, I know that what will be the values. I will receive the James and this value, and along with this value also. Okay, so now see the code. Now see the output. Um, let me go to the index.html, which reference. So let me take the latest script. So whatever I've taken, latest script, I'm going to copy this one, paste here. Latest script is the 9, and advanced is 2. Control KC and control KU commands for commenting and uncommenting. Okay, so back to the application here. Let me remove this one, this one. So now see the record. I can see the latest record. So this one, it's giving the new values. Okay, so if you see that new customer list one, it's contained to the three records. So this value, this value, and this value. The way of execution, just try to understand. I have taken the value and I'm going to push the latest record. I'm returning the value. So whenever function is going to call that, okay, so I'm going to execute in this code, and the return type, what I'm going to return in the sense, this return, and whatever the data I'm getting, I know that what is the return type of this one. So I'm storing that into the new customer list one. Okay, new customers list. I'm saying that new customers list. I can say that. Okay, I'm going to store that into the new customers list one. Okay, so that's it. So and I'm going to printing on it in the console log. Okay, so here one important, keep in mind, very important. I'm going to here very important. I can declare the variable, whatever the variable, to the function which contain the return type only. Don't apply the where this kind of statement. Whatever the function which conduct the return type, just apply the reference variable reference. Otherwise it will give the some exception. It will be the give the some undefined value. Try to understand this one. Okay, now what is the next concept is, next scenario is how to we are going to pass the parameter to the function. So you see that, right? There is nothing in the inside of here. If you see that, so if you see that, there is nothing in the inside of this. Yeah, even calling function also you can see that there is nothing, because of here. If you see that this is nothing but what is happening, right? How we are going to pass the here. So I can say that how we are going to pass the arguments. So this concept is called as the arguments. How we are going to pass the arguments, how we are going to pass the parameter, you can say that. So as of now, this is the empty. So the scenario is what I'm saying, that how do we pass the parameter to the function? Okay, how we are going to pass the parameter to the function. So now back to the application here. The scenario is how we are going to pass the parameter to the function. Let me say that one example here. Let's say I'm taking the some small example. I'm taking the maths addition. Okay, just I'm taking the one maths addition here. I'm adding the data. So I'm taking the first and the second something two parameters. I'm going to just add the first and second. I'm appending into the first and second and printing to the console log. Here, while calling the function here, I'm taking the function here. And here, if you see that, if you observe that, I'm passing the term some two parameters. Okay, I'm passing the some two parameters. So what will happen, right? So now what will happen, right? Whenever it is function is executing, the first, whatever the first, it will receive the 10 when it is executing, when I'm going to calling this one. And the second, it will take the 5. And then what will happen, right? First it contains the 10 and second it contains the 5. It will be printed into the 15. Okay, so whenever I'm going to call in the function here, whenever I'm going to call in the browser, the first, whatever the first record, whatever the value, it will be stored into the first one here, and this value, whatever the value, it will be stored into the this value second. So I'm doing the console log. What will happen? This one, it contains the 10 and it will contain to the 5. So it will return to the 15 to me. So earlier we didn't pass the any parameter. I can sometimes I said the parameter, sometimes I said that argument. Both are same only. Okay, so if you wanted to understand, I just use the argument keyword. I can understand the sense. I use the argument keyword. So right now I'm using the two arguments. Okay, first argument. This is the first argument, and second argument. Okay, this is the second argument. So now what will happen, right? In the function, when I'm going to calling the function, I'm taking the some two, you can say that variables, first variable and second variable, first and second. I'm going to capturing the what is the values, and then I'm printing on that. Okay, so Now this is actually here you can give the any value again. That's up to you. Okay, but do not use any special character, but try to do that for understanding. So what is exactly giving the name? So that is a super important. Okay, every people should understand on that. So I just given the some first and second. So I'm printing on that. That's it. Okay. So and keep in mind I'm not using the non-return keyword. I'm using the non-return. This function is the non-return function. It doesn't contain the any return statement. Okay. So now see that the output. So you see that output 15. I got it. So when I'm going to calling this one, so what is happening? So when I'm going to calling this one, what will be the output here? I got the output is something for understanding purpose. First and second. Okay. So first and second, what I got it is 15. So in this way, you can get the you can pass the parameter. You can pass the parameter. Okay, the same way I'm going to use the one more example for understanding. So based on this one, I'm going to use the one more example here. Okay, so I hope that everyone can understand this one. I'm going to take the one more example. So this example, so one more example, let me say that one more example here. So again, what is the example? Exactly this one here. Exactly what is happening here. Okay, so I'm taking the one list, some customer list here. I'm going to call the function customer list function. And now what happening, right? I'm going to pass the parameter. Okay. I'm going to pass the parameter. See here, if you see that here it is, I'm not passing any parameter, but here I'm passing the parameter. Just try to understand first that another example, this example, I'm passing the one parameter. What kind of parameter I'm passing in the sense I'm passing the some value. Okay. So what is happening when I'm going to call this one? So what is happening exactly here? Exactly what is happening here. So let me cut here and paste here. So for example, for understanding. So what happening when I'm going to call this one? I'm passing the value. So I'm capturing the value based on the some new list. Okay, when I'm going to calling this one. So I'm passing the some value. What is the value I'm passing? This is the value I'm passing. So this will be when I'm going to calling this one. So this function is will be called, and here new list it will contain the what is the value exactly. So as of now it contain the Smith 60 Melbourne. This new list contain. Okay. So what will happen, right? I'm taking the one variable, something new one a variable. What I'm doing, right? For that variable, I'm pushing latest record, and then I'm returning the value. I'm returning the value. So when I'm going to returning the value, I have taken the one new variable. I'm printing on that. Okay, the same exam how I'm going to operate that this math that one same thing, but instead of the so here the difference is here I pass the two parameters, here I pass the only one parameter. That's up to you. If you wanted to pass the multiple parameters, that's okay, you can pass the multiple parameters also, some comma, some you want to pass is some value something. So you can say that 999 and something, and you can take the one more parameter here also, you can capture that value. But when you are going to implement the parameter, just to try to understand what is the exact how you can use the parameter into the function. That is the main important. Passing the parameter and you are going to storing the we can do that. But how we are going to use that parameter within the function, that is the main important. Okay, but as of now, I feel that only one parameter is enough for me for this function. Same function. So this is the example too. Okay, so function name could be anything, and here parameter name also could be anything. Okay, so this is the main important, you have to use that. And one more thing, again, I'm going to repeating that main important thing is declare the variable reference only to the return type function. This one. We can pass more than one parameter. Here, as of now, one I'm passing. As of now, here you can see that two parameters. A function can contain to the multiple parameters. I can say that argument or parameter same only. Sometimes I use the argument, sometimes I use the parameter. So a function can use the arguments. So if you are So or something I can say the parameter. Anything is okay. Okay. So here I'm going to pass the parameter. So here I'm going to pass the only one parameter. So this is going to be capturing based on the push, and it is returning the data. So what happened, right? Whatever the function is returning the data, I'm storing. Okay, whatever the data I'm getting storing, I'm going to storing into the this variable. That is the new customer variable, and I'm going to printing on that here, passing the parameter, capturing that, and using that in the function. Okay, so this is the way we can use the function. Okay, so array with the function combination. How to use the array with the function combination. Okay, so now next concept is the what is the scope of the function. How to I mean what is the scope exactly. So some situation, so you might be seen, you might be experienced about, so what is the scope. So scope of the function, something function scope, I'm saying that the concept is function scope. So function scope. So let me save all here. Back to the index.html. I'm going to comment at this one. So here, what I'm saying that 10th concept, what is that? Function scope. Okay, how we are going to use the function scope. So back to the function scope here. So exactly what is the scope? Exactly what is the scope in the sense? The scope is nothing but the way of the access of the value. I mean the scope, exactly what is the scope in the sense? The way of you are accessing. So the way you are accessing about the variable. You can say that, or you can say that the way how we are going to show the, how we are going to show the, display, how we are going to display the variable. Okay, so variable is here. So what is, so exactly I will tell you that what is exactly meaning of that. So we can say that actually, scopes are, we are having the two kind of scopes in the function. You can say that. You can say that we are having the two kind of the scopes. Not in the function. I can say that we are having the two kind of scopes in the JavaScript. Okay, so for example, so I will tell you the practical aim. So theoretical in the sense, just try to understand what is the variable. Okay, so what is the variable? You can say that which is declared outside of the function. A simple thing is which is declared as per now. Just try to understand this definition. Which is declared outside of the function, then that is the global scope. Variable which is declared inside of the function, that is the local scope. The scope is nothing but the way of you are going to access the variable, the way of you are going to display the variable, that is nothing but the scope. Okay, so for example, let me take the one variable. So let me say that customer name. So let's say that some value John. So already we know that something, let me take the one function here. So function, let me say that customer something bank details. Okay, details. So customer bank details. Okay, I'm saying that customer bank details. So here I'm going to say that customer password. Okay, I'm going to say that customer password. Let me say that something password I have did. Okay, something password. So I did the some password, customer password, you can say that. So, and then console.log here, what I'm doing right here. So customer, I can say that customer name, this one, this guy. Okay, customer name here, customer name inside of the function. So what I'm saying that inside of the function, okay, inside of the function. So I'm going to copy this one, paste here inside of the function. Okay, here and at the same time, I'm going to paste here customer password. Okay, customer password inside of the function. I'm just taking the some two console logs. That's it. So just I wanted to understand what is the scope in the JS. Okay, let's try to understand variable which is declared outside of the function. That is the global scope. Here, as of now, just assume that this is a customer name is the global scope. and the customer password, whatever the customer password is, the nothing but the something local scope. Okay, so global scope here is nothing but the customer name, and customer password is the which is available in the inside of the function, right? So that's why I said that is in the local scope position. Okay, so now I'm going to call the this one customer bank details. Now I'm going to call the so I let it with that. I can say that get, that is the good keyword, get customer bank details. I'm saying that. Okay, so now I'm going to calling this function get customer bank details function. Now let me call that. So after the call, so when I'm going to call in this function, so again what I'm, so inside of the outside, so just taking the, so same thing I'm going to copy and paste here. So as of now, let me say that outside of the function, customer say, so outside, okay, outside. So after the call, so outside of the function. So before that, let me comment it that. Then I will show you that first of all, what will be the exact output. So let me comment it this one also. So first of all, we know that. So see the what is the exact output here? Customer name inside of the function, that is the RJSON, customer password inside of the function, that is some kind of password. When I'm going to call this, I got this output. Okay, so when I'm going to call, this is I got the output. So what you have to notify in the sense, global scope, whatever the global scope, you can access into the entire the script file. That is, you have to understand what is the global scope. You can access into the entire the script file. So the JS file is there, you can access enter the file. But coming to the local scope, so customer password. So now see that I'm going to call that outside of the function. I'm going to call the outside of the function. Okay, see that what will happen. So I got this some exception. So if you go to the, I got the exception, uncaught reference error defined. So customer password is not in defined. So what is happened whenever what is exactly it is happening, right? So what is exactly it is happening. So it is not printing actually. Whenever I'm going to print this value, I'm getting the exception actually. So you ignore again, you ignore the S3, Amazon, AWS. This is some different issue. You can ignore this one. This whatever lot. Let me close it. I unable to close this one. So focus on this one. Okay. So this is I got the error. So I, because of I enabled. So inside is the okay. Inside is the function. See, inside it is printing, but I can see that a customer outside of the function, I can able to print the value customer name, but I unable to print the customer password because of. So based on this code, you can just understand that whatever the, what is the difference between the local and global. So local, this is in the local variable, you can say this is in the global variable, local scope, and you can say the global scope. So local scopes you cannot access from the outside of the function. Okay, so but coming to the one thing, so I will show you the debugging, how to do the debugging. I will explain to the coming lessons. Okay, so as of now, if I say that, you will get the confusion. So I will explain that when the time is come, I will explain the debugging. Mostly I will explain the debugging techniques end of the class, the JavaScript class. So the way how we are going to debug the code, that is the main important. I will explain you that. Okay, so here you see that I didn't write the variable before the, because of this is a non-return type function. It won't return it for me. It won't return to the anything. Okay, so this is the way you have to understand. Now let's try to understand what is the exactly difference between the, how we are going to deal with the return type and non-return type. How we are going to deal with the return type and non-return type. So I'm saying that return type and non-return. So I will clarify that. I will clarify that exactly how we are going to use the what is exactly difference between return and non-return. How we are going to get the output for the non-return type. Okay. Now let me save all this one again. All I'm going to save all. So just a simple that, try to understand this one, just concept. So what is the outside of the scope function? You can access the scope into the entire application. So you can enter the, you can through the enter the JavaScript, but whatever the inside of the variable, that will be available within the function itself only, here only within the function only. You can access this variable in the within the function only. Global scope, you can access the entire the file. Okay, so that is the, you have to notify here. Okay, so next concept is what I'm telling you in the sense, so function, I can say that return type, something return types. So something return types, I'm saying that return types, function return types, I'm saying that. So enter here, back to the index.html here. Okay, so function return types. Okay, function uh, return types. Okay, uh, let me close this one, function scope. Let me index.html. Now, what is the discussion in the sense function with return types? Okay, so I can say that return type value is none. So I can say that return type and can say that non-return type for heading. So return type and non-return type. So return type already we are aware of that. So whatever the value are returning, we are going to capture by using the variable. Okay, whatever the variable you are going to capture, we are going to capture that by using the variable. So for example, so this is already we are aware of that. So whenever I'm going to call this function, I will receive the customer name. Okay, I will receive the customer name. So we know that this statement already we are aware of that. So I'm going to, whenever I'm going to calling that, whenever I'm going to calling this, I will receive the some value. I'm going to storing that value into the customer web. Whenever I'm going to calling this, I'm getting the some value, customer name value. I'm going to store into the whatever the value I'm getting, that I'm going to store into the customer one. I'm going to printing on that. Okay, so now what will I'm going to remove the return type. So I'm going to remove the return type. So I'm going to say that non-return type. I'm going to say that non-return type here. Okay, so I'm going to say, I'm saying the non-return type. So here I just, what is the difference here in this one? Just I remove the return type. So here I'm going to take the one more function here. Let me say the get customer name too. I'm going to remove the one return type here. So I'm going to call right now, see that what will happen. So I'm going to do the just for fun, for one experiment for this. I'm going to do the some experiment. So what will in case if I'm going to write the variable for the non-return type. Okay, let me say that non-return type. So let me print that. So non-return type. So we know that customer one, it will be print the value. So let me here, I'm going to add the customer one, and here I'm going to, for understanding while you are printing, you need to understand, right? So customer two here, same value Sita. Um, okay, I have to give this one. Okay, not that one. See that now we got it, right? Why I'm saying that? See that customer two here, it's giving the undefined. Whereas this Robert, this customer one is giving the value. Okay, so you might be get the confusion. What is the undefined in the sense? And actually, undefined also already, I think already I tell that undefined also one kind of a data type, like a number, like a like a number, like a uh, decimal, string, array. That's the same way. Undefined also one kind of a data type. That what is the meaning of that undefined in the sense? It doesn't contain any defined value. So if you say that string, variable string in the sense, you have defined with the string. Number in the sense, you have defined in the number format. For coming to the array, you have defined in the array. The same way, undefined in the sense, when you're going to say that undefined in the sense, what is, you are not defined anything on that. You are not defined. It is not giving the any definition value. So because of what is in the sense, I didn't return anything. Just I'm going to, just I'm declare that I didn't give the anything. Okay, so that's why what I said that, right? So no, whenever you're going to call the non-return type functions, don't give the variable name. So anyway, if you are giving the variable name also, what will happen, right? It will be stored the undefined value because of it is not returning anything. Okay, So for that, so for example, for understanding purpose again, so let me take the one example. Okay, one example here. So for understanding more on this, let me take the one function. Okay, let me take the one function. Let me say that get customer IDs, get customer IDs, okay, which is accepting the some list parameter right now. So what I'm doing, right, let it be whatever I'm going to first to do that, let me add the push. So what, sorry, not list, can take that list comma item. So I'm taking the one list, I'm the list item, okay, list and list item. I'm taking that. So list dot push, I'm going to take the list item. Okay, I'm going to take the one more value, one more thing. Push, I'm doing that. It will push the last position. I'm going to take the list dot shift. So just now we have the, we know that, right? Just we did the shift. Shift, what is the meaning of shift? It will be remove the value. Okay, so just try to understand. I'm taking the one function. Example, you can say that example 3, you can say that. So I'm taking the one example, I'm taking the one get customer function. So I'm taking the two parameters, list and list item. I'm taking the whatever the value. So taking the, so I didn't take, I'm not calling, but I'm imagining on that. So whatever the list item, just to try to push the list item value, and the list item is going to shift and value. So what is the meaning of that? Adding the record at last position. We know that already. We are already aware of that. So what is the meaning of the push? Adding the record at the last position, right? So I'm going to use the one more thing. Uh, so what is the meaning of this in the sense? Removes first record. Remove the first record. Shift in the sense. So after that, what I'm doing, I'm going to return the list. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm going to return the list. Okay, so now what I'm taking, right? I'm taking the one thing, one customer ID, one variable. Let's call the customer IDs here. Okay, I'm going to take the one customer IDs. So what I've been taking, right? So I'm going to take the one important concept. So this is the real-time scenario. One method I'm using that. So how to, one thing, how to convert the array to string. One question. This is the interview question. Try to understand. I'm going to use the one thing here based on the situation. I'm going to use the one method. I will tell you what is exactly what is the use of that. How do you convert the array? This is the array. We know that this is the array, right? How do you convert the array into the string? Okay, string, how you are going to convert the array into the string. So by using this, is that how we are going to convert in the sense. So as of now, so we are going to one you know one kind of a syntax we are going to use. That is what kind of syntax in the sense, JSON dot stringify. So what is the exactly how we are going to do the convert to the array to the string? Try to understand how we are going to converting. I'm converting the array to the string. I will tell you that what is the, so I'm going to use the one kind of a syntax from the JavaScript. So what is the thing is that JSON dot stringify. So what is the use of this in the sense? How we are going to convert the data array to the string. So what I'm doing right here, I will tell you what is exactly use of that. So let me tell you the one statement here. So here, JSON dot stringify. Okay. So here what I'm doing, right? So console dot log. So what I'm going to syntax in the sense. So here, before the function call, I'm saying that before the function call. So what I'm telling that I'm going to just convert into the, I'm just convert into the string here. Try to understand what is happening. What is exactly it is going on here. Keep in mind we are discussing on this concept. Okay, function with the return type. Okay, so here I'm going to before the function call. So I didn't call that. So still I didn't call that. I didn't call the function. Now I'm going to call the function. Okay, now I'm calling the function. Calling the function now. So now see that I'm going to call this function here. And as of now, what I'm going to call in the sense, I'm going to, I'm going to add this one customer IDs and and I'm going to install this is the list item. This is the list item. A list item list is the customer IDs I'm passing, and the list item I'm going to pass the 5. Okay, so now see that what I'm doing, right? Before calling the function, I'm going to print the value. I'm not actually here. My intention in the sense I don't want to show the array. I wanted to convert the array into the string just for understanding, because of simply we can read the in the console log. So that's why just I convert into the array to the string. So when I'm saying the interview question, keep in mind IQ. When I'm going to say the interview question, you should aware of this one. So this is the very important thing. When I'm saying the interview question, people might be asked the question how we are going to convert the array to the string. In the sense, you have to tell that by using the json.string file. I will tell you, I will show you the output, how it's look like. I will show you the output. Okay, so now see that now I call the function. So now what happened, right? I'm going to after the call. So what I'm doing after the call. So before the call function and after the call the function, see that the same value, I didn't change anything, the same value. Okay, the same value what I'm doing, that same thing, see that. So before I'm going to call the function and after the calling the function, and see the difference, what is the difference exactly is going on. Okay, if you are not understand the add in the record in the last position, so I'm going to modify the comment here, which will add the new value to the customer IDs. Push in the sense, what is the meaning of the push in the sense, which will add the new value to the customer ID, which will remove the value. Okay, which will remove the value uh, from customer IDs. Okay, so it will remove the first position, and you can expect the latest customer IDs. After that, you can say that so latest customer IDs. Okay, so you might be right what will be the output. So output also in your mind you have to get it that my output I'm expecting output is equal to what is the output? Anyone can guess what could be the output when I'm going to call this one? Anyone ping in the group, in the group chat, what will be the output? So the output, what will be the output? So uh, okay, so my voice is clear or not? Hello, am I clear? Okay, so my voice is clear.
Clear, sir.
Okay, thank you. um, so what is the output? Just tell me, whoever tell me this answer. So what will be the output? So shift, I said that I have given the statement. When I'm going to calling this one, what will be the output? When I'm going to calling this one. Wrong also that's no problem to me. Wrong is also enough. No need to give the correct output. You can give the wrong answer also. So push. So whatever the push, so output would be this one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this will be the output. So let me save all here and see that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Before see that, this so see, so you have to understand that. So what is exactly, what is the power of the return type? It will give the latest update record to the function. So before the function call, 1 2 3 4, I said that, right? See that this is not in array format, this is in the string format right now. So array format is different. So already we have seen that array format like 0 1 2 3 4. In the 0 position that's a different, and 0 position that's a different. Okay, if you are understanding what is on, so in case if you are going to print this, say that this is the array. We know that already. So I'm saying that JSON dot string file. Just why why in the sense just for understanding purpose. That's it. So I'm very lazy fellow. So just why I don't want to show the expand or something. So because of just I wanted to display in the string format. So that's why I use this one. So this will give the something format. We will discuss about the JSON string file everything. So coming to the lessons again. So as of now, just try to understand. Okay. So now just to try to understand here, when I'm going to calling this one. And I'm going to call in this one. So customer IDs, which contain already we know that customer IDs, what are the values it contain? It contain to the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm passing the 5. Okay. So what will happen? The list it contain to the some customer IDs values and list item contain to the 5. Push. Push in the sense 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to push that. It will give the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this statement will give the, what is the statement will give the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, after that, what I'm doing that shift, I'm going to give the shift, it will give the 4, 5. So it will be the latest record. Okay, so when I'm doing the practice, try to do that. So try to take the different values and try that. Okay, now this is the return type of the function. Now next concept is, how do we use the, there is one more property called how to use the some, you can say that conditional statements. I can say that as simple that what is the conditional statements in the JavaScript. So concept is, so conditional statements. Okay, conditional statements. So what is the exactly this conditional statements? What is the conditional statements in the JavaScript? Okay, what is the conditional statements? Before we are going to know the conditional statements, so first of all, we should get the what is the exactly one we as of now we learned about the uh, number, and we know that number and the decimal again array. Just now we have seen that array, and we got the what is the function everything, right? So now there is one more concept in the if we are having the concept is in the JS, that is before we are going to touch the conditional statement, I wanted to tell one data type in the JS, that is the Boolean data type. Okay, Boolean. So Boolean is nothing but what is the Boolean in the sense that is a which returns the true or false, which returns the true or false. So Boolean property, what is the Boolean property in the sense? Boolean property is returns the true or false. I mean, it will give the, so number in the sense, it will give the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number. String in the sense, collection of the characters. Array in the sense, collection of the values. Boolean is nothing but which returns the true or false. True or false. That is the Boolean property. So for example, so where is something, I'm going to write the is admin role. Something I'm going to say that is admin role. So true. This is one kind of a, you know, this is one kind of a, data. This is one kind of a value in the JavaScript. You can say that. So true is one kind of a, which is nothing but this is a Boolean property. This is not the number. This is not the string. This is not the array. This is not the decimal. This is the Boolean. Boolean which returns the true or false. Okay. So one more thing, one more example in the sense, let me say that where is sales rep, something sales rep. We are having the different roles in the organization user. So when I'm going to tell to the user, when you are going to use the application, your application real-time scenarios, we are having the different roles: admin role, sales representative role, end user. Okay, we are viewer. Okay, state admin, super admin. So many roles will be having on the when you are going to access the application. So I'm saying that this is the false. Sales role is the false. So internally, what you have, what you are thinking, right? What is the meaning of this one? So just I'm going to inquire that whether he is having the admin role or not, something real-time scenarios. Okay, just what is the meaning? Why I'm declaring in the sense? Just I'm thinking that. So I'm thinking that whether he's having the admin role or not, something I'm thinking. So for that, based on the think, I'm going to write the one condition. Based on the think, I'm going to write the one condition. So coming to here, the same thing again. So here also, what I'm saying that whether I'm going to thinking that whether he is having the sales rep role or not, something. Just I think I just written the one condition. So when I'm going to thinking that, don't be write the is sales rep in this sense. Don't write the 1 2 3 4 5. It will give the it will give the it won't be the not the good way. You have to written like this. So is sales role pro and you are assigning the array. This is not the combination, right? So I'm thinking that, so okay, I wanted to write the one condition, like I wanted to write the something so based on the situation, I have to initialize the some kind of a value in the JavaScript. So I'm selecting the Boolean property. So what is the Boolean property in the sense? It contains the true or false. So as of now, you can see the true, I'm saying the false. Okay. So senior, how we are going to use the Boolean property? So how we are going to use the Boolean property in the real-time scenarios? How we are going to do that? Okay. So actually how we are going to do that in the sense, exactly where you are going to use the Boolean property in the sense, we are going to use the Boolean property in the main thing is in the conditions, conditional statements. The main thing is we are going to use the Boolean property mainly in the sense in the conditional statements. So in case if he is having the admin role, in case if he is not having the admin role, else in case if he don't have the, if he is not staying in the London, in case if he is not staying in the Washington, so some situation, so based on situation, so that is nothing but the conditional statements. So mainly we are using the Boolean values in the real time, mainly where we are going to use that in the conditional statements. Okay, so I'm going to use I'm going to copy here this syntax. I'm going to paste here. See that how we are going to use that. Okay, so let me instead of the condition, I'm going to use the is this guy. So if I know that this is giving the true value, I know that. So in case true, admin role, what I'm thinking, right? I'm going to print the some value, something I'm going to print the console log. So I'm going to think that I'm going to print the something, hey, uh, he is admin. Something I'm writing that down. He is a admin. Okay, so in case he is not the admin, so conditional operators in the sense it's a combination of else block, if and else blocks. So conditional always think that this is the what is the syntax, what how we are going to do that in the sense when you are going to inquiring on that to the statement, when you are going to inquiry the you know you know based on the condition, then we are going to use the if else condition statements. So in the if else condition statement, generally we are going to use the this Boolean property values. Okay, so I will show you the exact output. What will be the output here? So here I'm going to say that um, so we know that is admin role is equal to true. So see that what could be the output here. So what is the expectation in the sense you can expect the you know this statement. What is the thing in the sense? This one, this condition. This is the one. Because of I have initialized the is admin is equal to true. Okay, so if what is if, so always when I'm going to design the value, so keep in mind open parenthesis and close parenthesis. Inside of that, just apply the condition. After that, open the proper bracket and close the proper bracket and write the statement. And better in case some situation, what will happen? That some situation he is not in the admin role. You have to tell to the like one more thing. Hey, he is not the admin. Something. else, what is the else means in case not. Okay, so in this way we have to check that. So this is nothing but the conditional statement. These are if else, if here whatever these are nothing but conditional. Conditionally you are applying some statements. Conditionally you are writing the statements, you can say that. Okay, so I'm writing the statements based on the condition. So when you are writing the condition, just use the boolean property. Boolean is nothing but so boolean value, true or false value. So now see the output, how it's look like. So now see the output. Now see that he is the admin. Now he is the admin. Okay, so this is the way you have to think. How to use the boolean value? Mostly we are using the boolean values in the conditional statements. So conditionally you are writing the statements. Okay, the same way if you wanted to add the if and else something, so we can redesign the same value into the, we can add the one more condition. So this is also okay if you wanted to add the one more condition, like I wanted to check the one more condition, so I wanted to check one more condition, like I wanted to add the else if again. So if is okay, else is okay, what in case of else if? So else if, so I wanted to check the multiple conditions. So when you are going to apply the multiple condition, when you are going to apply the multiple conditions, just use the else if. Okay, so we'll see that. So again, don't confuse here, I will tell you that what is the else if exactly use of that. So if in the sense, just I'm going to copy here, just I'm going to copy and paste here, and I'm going to paste here. So and without scrolling bar again, and let me copy these values. I'm going to copy. uh, So coming to here, okay. So how, what is the exact if and else? So else if we got it. So exactly what is the, so what is the thing here? So if conditionally we are checking the test statement. So I'm using the one operator is admin role. So what is the is admin role in the sense? Whenever we're going to use the if true. So internally in the sense true, actually true. You think that this is a true. So instead of the true, I just apply the variable name. So is admin, which is storing to the true value, right? So that's the reason when I'm going to, I instead of the true, I just apply the is admin. That's it. Don't confuse. So you can, if you don't, if you are applying the true, that's okay. But instead of the true, I just apply the is admin role. Okay. The same way here also, just let me true or false anything. So as of now, I'm taking the is admin role and role is false, and is sales role rep role. I'm going to use the true, something true. I'm going to copy and paste here this statement. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste here. So see that what will happen. So I'm going to change some condition here. So instead of the condition, what I'm telling that if is admin role. Okay, and what I'm doing right here, I'm going to write the console.log. So I'm going to write this something statement. So conditional statement here. I'm going to write the one condition, just something is admin role. Okay, so in case is admin role, he is admin. Else if in case is admin is sales rep, yeah, apply that one. In case he is having nothing sales rep and admin role, just I'm going to write the one more condition. He is not this admin and sales rep too. So I think he might be the different role. Okay, so see that when I'm going to execute this one, what will be the output? Okay, so whenever I'm taking the two variables, is admin role and is sales rep role. Is that whenever I'm going to executing that, so first of all, I'm checking that is admin role is having the data. So in case it is not there, it is giving the false. What will happen, right? It will jump into the, so whenever I go into that, it will check the else if condition. So else if condition, in case it's a true, it will be print this value. Else in the sense, what is use of the else in the sense? What is the exact use of else in the sense? If if any statement, if any value is not the true, automatically it will be print the whatever the statements in the else, it will be print automatically. So generally English in the sense what was if, so what is the meaning of if? So in case if is true, then we are going to apply the statements. That's it. What I'm so so what I'm saying that again else if. So what will happen, right? Else if. So in case it is not the in the conditional. So in case is admin role, in case it's not there, I'm checking with the another condition. That's it. I'm going to checking with the another condition. Else if I'm going to checking with the another condition. So else if I'm going to checking the another condition is sales rep is I have the sales rep role, then that's correct only. He is a sales rep role. So as of now, when I'm going to see this output, what will be the output again? So he is a sales rep. I got it done. So first, what is output? First output in the sense belongs to this one. Second output, whatever I'm going to do that, this is second output, right? So whatever I'm going to do there, this is the second output. So actually, whenever I'm going to use the, this statement, say that is the power of the else if. Is admin role, this is a failure. In case sales rep role is a failure. So what will be the false condition? So when I'm going to use the two are false only. Is admin role and is sales rep role, both are false in the position. Both are in the false position. So this is the false. So what will false in the sense it won't be execute. What are the code inside of the if it won't be execute. What is the else if it won't be execute? So think that if true only it will be enter into the loop. You can say that into the flower bracket. This is we call as a loop actually. So generally we say that this is a loop. You can say that. So this is in the, we can enter in this loop. We can say that if you are not familiar with the loop, we can say that is a wrapper. Or if you are not understand that, open flower bracket, close flower bracket. You can say that. Okay. So, but avoid these keywords, open flower bracket and close flower bracket. You can use that this kind of two keywords, loop or wrapper. This is called as a wrapper. It will be entered into the wrapper. Okay. In case it is not the satisfied, so in case true, then this will be print. In case not satisfied, again, so we'll be looking on to this condition. It will be print on this. In case it's not there, it will be print on this one. Okay. Save all here again. Save all. Let me show you the output here. See, this is the output. He is not in admin and sales rep 2. And you can say that for him, not sales rep 2. So that's a good statement. So he is not in the admin and not the sales rep. I think he might be in a different role. I think that. Okay, it's coming to the else position. This is called as if else conditions. This is a nothing but the conditional statements. Okay, some situation you might be having the experience that how we are going to check the value, how we are going to check the value whether the value is correct or not. Some situation we might be check the value, so whether the value is correct or not in the we can in the conditional statement. So as of now this is okay. So I'm straightly forward, I'm saying that yeah, this is a true and false. I'm saying that some situation you are going to check the value, how we are going to check the value correct or not. Correct or not. So for example, so for that, what is the thing in this? So for example, let me take the uh, one value, customer ID 1. Okay, I wanted to print the value, whether I wanted to print these two statements, whether I'm going to take the two statements, whether console.log customer ID is 1 something. I'm going to take the two console logs here. Just I'm going to use the two console logs. Okay, customer ID 1, customer ID is 1 and the customer ID is not 1. Okay, based on this situation, based on the customer ID, I wanted to print this or print this one in case customer ID is equal to 1. So for that, what happened, right? Let me take the if condition here. If condition, customer ID here. As of now, customer ID is giving the 1, not the true value. Keep in mind, just try to understand here, customer ID is giving 1, not the true value. So how we are going to do that? How we are going to check the value true or false in the sense? Generally, we are going to use the double equal operator, not the single equal. We use the double equal operator. We are going to use the double equal sign, and if you are going to give the 1, so what will happen? That this statement, this one, it will give you the true or value. So as of now, we know that this is the, when you are going to assign this one, when you are going to assign this one, if what will you think that's right, it will be okay. This is the customer is equal to 1. Then what I'm doing right here, what I'm doing right, let me print this one. Let me print this one. In in case this is not in the position. Okay. In case not in the position. So what is the not in the position? So I'm giving this some good one. So in case not in the position, so it will print, it will simply print the customer ID is not in the one. Okay, so customer ID, I'm going to, how we are going to check the value correct or not. Keep in mind that means that we are checking the value. So based on that, we know that here, keep in mind. So here, customer ID is giving the 1, not the true. So that's reason, that's why we are using the double equal operator. So this, so this one will give the this statement, this one it will give the true value. So this one will give the true value with in case true. Okay, then it will be come to the in this position. So think that we are going to use the double equal operator. Don't use the single equal operator like this. Don't use the single equal, use the double equal. Okay, so now it will, we know that customer ID is equal to 1. You see that customer ID is equal to 1. Okay, so now one more thing is the main, what is the thing in the sense conditional, in the sense we are going to use the conditional so we are going to use a few more operators, not only the you know this one double equal one. So I'm going to say some situation. Let's assume that I wanted to check the two values. I wanted to check the some two values. What is the thing in the sense I wanted to, if condition 1 conditional equal to 1, at the same time I wanted to check the one more condition, customer name is called John, then I wanted to enter the data. You got it, right? So single one is okay. So I wanted to check the customer name also in the if condition. I want to check the conditional, I wanted to check the this one condition also. So actually you might be get this kind of experience. So how we are going to check the multiple variables in the if condition, multiple conditions. So first of all, before we are going to discuss that, just to try to understand the one thing, one important concept, just to try to understand this one. The way how we are going to undone operator, the conditional statements, we have to understand. So actually, whenever we are going to use the multiple variables in the if condition, actually we are going to use the two kind of operators, that is the and or, and or. So customer and or you can use the customer name, or so this way customer ID. So this kind of statement we have to use in the customer and operator. So we have to use the and operator and operator. So and in the sense we are going to, this kind of statement we have to use in the application. Okay, so how do we are going to apply in the sense? So before that, this is one kind of a we generally know that this kind of statements will land down the intermediate or 10th class. So one something is that true and true. Before that, try to understand this one. True and true. What will give the value? That is the true value only. What is the true and false? It will give whenever I'm saying that in the 10th class syllabus. So try to understand this 10th class syllabus. Okay. So true and true in the sense what will happen? It is the true. True and false, it will be the false. False and true in the sense it will give the false. False and false, it will give the false. Try to understand this one, this concept. And then we will get back to this one. Okay, the way how we are going to implement these two. And coming to the or condition. So true or true, it will give the true only. True or false also, it will be the true only. False and true, it will give the true only. And false and false, it will be the false only. These things we have to understand. So based on this statement, what I'm going to do right now, what I'm going to write down in the sense, just I'm going to copy this one. So I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to copy, paste over here. So I'm saying that that is a example one. You can say that that is example one. So I'm going to add this some customer name here. So what I'm saying that, so this one, try to understand. So we know that just now we have discussed, this is the true, and what will be, what are the values I have given? I have given these two values, right? Customer ID 1, customer name is called John. This will give the true, and this is also give the true. What will the output? That is the true only. It will be entirely, this statement will give the true. So that situation, what will happen? It will be, and it will be execute. So example, I say that example one, it will be correct value. Something I'm saying that correct value. So in case else, in case it is not satisfied, something it is not satisfied. Immediately it will jump into the here, and it will, so the code, whatever the else condition, it will be execute. So example one, the same thing, it will be find this one wrong values. Okay, so true. This is the true. We know that customer name John. So here I have declared. So let me copy this one again. If you want, I can paste here. So this is value I have designed. True. This is, we know that true. It will be it will return the true value, and it will return the true value also. So true, and so you have to append the, when you are going to deal with the two variables, just use the AND operator. Not only two, if you are going to more than the two, so based on situation, and or anything is okay. Okay, so and I'm saying that, and customer name is equal to John. So it will be definitely, it will, I know that definitely it will be give that this true, it will be give the, true. It will be print the this statement. You have to take this reference. True, true. So now see that value. So you see that example correct values. So in case if I'm not telling the John, I'm going to tell to the John 1, 2, 3. Now true, it will give the true value. Yeah, this correct only because of this one. And I'm saying that customer name John 1, 2, 3. So customer name here, I know that this is John. So customer name John, it contains the John. So this one, this is not the true, right? So this is not the true. This is a false, right? So this is a false, right? So for that, what will be immediately true or false? It will be give the false condition, so it won't be execute. So it won't be it won't be it won't be execute actually. So it will definitely, it will come to the else, and it will say that wrong values. I'm saying that wrong values. See that there is the wrong values. Okay, so in this way we can deal that. In this way we can deal that. Okay, when I'm going to give the wrong value. So for example, this is example one. So for what if I'm going to take the another example? Okay, what I'm going to take the another example. So same example, I'm going to take the, I just change the customer to. Okay, so it's the same thing. So let me say that I don't touch anything. So this one, example two, I change the value. Customer ID, I'm going to check with the two, but actually this is the one value again. So it will give the, definitely it will give the wrong values. So it is the wrong values. Example one, here it is giving the correct value. Example two, it is not giving the, it's giving the wrong values. Okay, how we are going to use the, so I'm going to use the just 4 minutes time. So I will close the 9 o'clock. So I will tell the OR operator and I will close that. That's it. So how we are going to use the OR operator? Okay, example three, I'm saying that example, how we are going to use the OR operator. So OR operator, I'm saying that OR operator. So same thing, I just copy and paste here, the same code I have copy and paste over here, but instead of the AND here symbol, I use the OR operator. So this is a false and true by using the OR operator. So if you are not understanding, just I'm going to use the this one, false and true. Try to, when you're going to practice, note it down this table. Okay, so what is the thing exactly? It will give the, false or true. What is the false or true? So this is the R symbol. Keep in mind, this is the R symbol and this is the and symbol, and operator or operator. So already we are aware of this one. This is already we learned in the in the schooling. Okay, or operator. So what is the thing? False and true. It will give the true value. Okay, definitely it will give the correct values only. Even there is a correct values only. See that example 3 here. It will give the correct values. Okay, even your statement is so this is not satisfied, this is so for example, if you are going to reverse, so I'm going to customer ID 1 again 1 to 3. So so in this situation, what is the thing? So true or false? So true or false here, what I'm saying, that true or false, definitely will give the true only again. So again the example 3 here, it will give the true only, correct values only. If you are giving the false and false here, so let me say that I'm going to give some different value. Even I'm not I'm something I have given customer ID, so it definitely will give the false values, wrong values. Okay, so in this way you have to work on the conditional statements. Okay, we can use the greater than or equal, less than or equal, not equal. In the same statements we can use that. So those statements we can discuss on tomorrow. At the same time, we are going to discuss with the what is the switch case statements and what is the objects, and how we are going to develop the function in advanced. So everything tomorrow we'll discuss. So Sunday will be the holiday, so I need the 2 classes to complete the JavaScript. So tomorrow we also will be having the class. Okay, so tomorrow 7:30 to the same time will be start on that. So whenever I'm going to start the Angular, I won't take up the Saturday classes, but up to Angular, I'm going to take up the including the Saturday. Okay, tomorrow also we're having the class. Okay, so anyone having any doubts, let me know that. But because of I'm going to assign the task to the each and every one right now. So for the yesterday class, but today class, I will assign the tasks on the today evening. Okay. So that's it today class. So if anyone having the any doubts, I will be in the online 10:30. Even if I'm not in the online, just call me or ping me. I will come to the online for any clarifications. Okay. So that's it to the today class. Can I close the class?